Sure.
Okay. You're going to take lessons to learn how to butcher a
goat.
A goat, okay.
Because it's similar to a deer.
Right. 4 legs.
I want to skin
Looks like
it.
a horse.
I want to know how to skin it.
Various version of horses.
Yeah, it's an ungulate. It's similar hooves and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
a young guy, he's like British, yeah?
Yeah.
So he's a butcher. I ran into him and he was young. I'm like, hey, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
And he was down. He was like, all right, I have to go to Sergeant Farms though. He was like, this time to this time. Like, is it okay if I record? He's like, I'd rather not. I was like, okay.
Right.
Because I want to remember it, but he's like, some people don't like to see this. I don't want this out there.
Okay, let me tell you why I'm so excited about this.
Okay.
And interested.
Oh.
All right. So, Game of Thrones, first season.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part where
Baratheon.
Tyrion's dad,
Yes.
right?
Daddy.
Tywin
Baratheon, yes.
right? He's pissed off at something. There's a war happening outside, and he's in his tent,
Yeah.
right? And he's butchering a deer,
Yes, I remember this.
and it's nonchalant because like he's just going at it,
Yeah.
but he's pissed at something else. So it's apparent that he does this all the time,
Maybe it's therapeutic.
right?
Calms your ass down.
But there's something incredibly menacing about a guy
Yeah.
who can talk about a topic that's like, it's about war or strategy. I forgot what the topic was.
Right.
But while he's talking about that, he's absent-mindedly gutting an animal.
It adds something.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, especially when he's like trying to make his point, and at the very, like he gets like a really sinewy bit. And he's like, right? So it's like as he's working through the tough part of the conversation, he's also working that knife through the tough part of that meat.
It's true.
Right? And when he makes the point, just right through.
Jeez.
I feel like
Yeah.
if ever you get into an argument with someone,
Mm-hmm.
no, let's not even say that. You're going to have a conversation with someone
Right.
and you want to drive your point home. Be like, come on over to my house. We're going to talk about this. Is it okay? You can come out. You want
a big thing of meat.
You want a cup of tea? Do you want a cup of tea? No? All right, cool. Sit down over here. I give you a glass of water. So the reason why I came, I invited you over to my house. And then you start talking as you fucking just start gutting this deer.
You know what? I think regardless of if I ever go hunting or not, for just to have that moment, I'm going to keep a horse head in the fridge or something. I think it'll be worth it just for that moment.
I think so. I think so as well. It'd be funny because, like, can you imagine if you were doing that same intensity, except instead of it was something like big, like you were doing it to a rabbit, like a squirrel, and you're still doing it with the same type
Not as manly.
Exactly.
If you're struggling with this rabbit tail,
if you're doing it with the same type of grandeur, just.
I'm thinking about it now, man.
Anyway, back to your point. You're going to go to Sergeant something or other?
Sergeant Farms. That's where a lot of halal meat comes from. And this dude's going to show me how to skin an animal, and he's going to show me how to prepare an animal, like the way you would in a field if you killed it, for packing. So you can like put it in your backpack and bring it home.
Cool.
The one thing he can't show me is how to... I got to really figure it out. I want to make sure the head is perfect. Like... I just want to make sure wherever I have to do the cutting from, they don't try to preserve the skin on the head. They're just like sloppy with it. So, yeah, I want to take the skin and I want to like get the chemicals on it and make it last and make it beautiful. And the head, I don't know what I want to do. A part of me wants the skull with the antlers.
Of course, yes.
And another part just
you
wants
wear,
like a
wear
head.
the skin?
No. But like for a wall in a basement somewhere, like a white guy would.
Oh, okay. Like you mount the
mount
head.
it.
You mount the head on the wall.
And you name it Benjamin, Billy.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, but you can only do that if you hunt the animal. You can't just...
Oh, I know. I'm going to hunt the animal.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I'm not going to sneak up on them at a farm.
Has anyone mounted like a squirrel head?
I hope not, but I'm sure somebody has. I'm from Texas, and people do crazy things. Also, taxidermy is a hobby of people. You ever met a taxidermist?
Nope.
I have met one.
Who is it? Chuck Tesla? Chuck... Who's that?
I don't know.
It's Chuck. It's like a meme before meme existed.
No way.
Yeah. Anyway,
Jeez,
go on.
No. I met one taxidermist, and he was like, "Yeah, I practice with everything." And he was like raccoons, mostly roadkill, and things he can kill with a BB gun.
Okay. Do you know any of the process? Can you talk out of your ass and explain this process at all?
No, but I know it's.
Okay, so let me tell you what I think it is.
I think you will. This is what I do know. You will always judge the person who's into that.
Yes, of course.
You can be, somebody says like, I like baking bread. You're interested. It's like, yeah, I like to, find dead animals and stuff them.
Yeah, because that's exactly what it is.
You never say cool. You always go, why? And that's how you know it's a weird hobby. What do you think the process is?
Well, skinning the rest of the animal is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think around the head, you got to keep the skull in there, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You can't separate.
You got to take the tongue out and stuff, though.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Because
The tongue would rot.
Yeah.
Eyeballs too.
Okay.
Eyeballs
How
are glass.
does the skin don't?
Because you treat it. You spray it with some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Our friend Ryan, he has a goat skin that he did for Qurbani at his place, and it's luscious. That's how I would describe it.
A goat skin what?
Just a goat skin rug. Goat skin. Like he keeps it folded. So when he Qurbani'd the animal, he had them, don't throw it. He said, don't throw away the skin. Give it to me. And he took it to a guy and he like treated it and stuff, put some cotton in it and stuff. And now it's a nice, you can wear it as a blanket if you're chilly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it smell like goat?
No, it smells great.
All right.
It's like just a really nice blanket. Otherwise,
Ryan.
Yeah.
How do you know about this? You've been to their place and wear their goat skin?
I do that with everybody. No, this was like 2 years ago. They were here.
And he brought it.
No, I think the Qurbani was done here, and I think he got it treated here as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah, people do all sorts of stuff, man. I get my work phone forwarding to my cell phone now.
Yeah.
So I get these weird calls from like Georgia and stuff. And those accents are annoying as shit, man. I used to live in Texas, and I was okay with it. And now I'm like, what are you saying? Learn English, for God's sake.
Why do you speak? Why is it that LA speaks regular?
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't, you've been to LA?
No, I've never.
Okay, every time I go to anywhere in the States, anywhere, I'm like, you guys talk funny. And I'm sure they do that in Toronto. So yeah, LA on TV talks normal. Once you get there, it's always, everything is a little, you can taste there's a flavor. Something extra is in this.
Yeah, but I think every place has got a slight flavor.
Yeah.
But Georgia
places,
is,
well,
that's spicy.
or racist. I don't know what food tastes like when it's racist. Those peaches, though. So I think some places are just generic. Just generic. Maybe there's less people from there that move from all over to there. Just dilutes the water of language, and then you come out with a very basic sounding, like. But then again, we sound normal to each other.
It's interesting because some places there's like states that sound the same, and then there's places where it's like a city that sounds like this.
That's true, actually.
Like Boston.
Possibly. But then again, I don't know what the greater New England area is like.
I have no idea.
Right?
Yeah. We need to travel more. But who wants to go to the United States?
I don't know if there's any, yes, our city is only I think it's probably ripples out.
Yeah, I guess so.
And it's fun to go to the United States. It's cheap.
You still want to go, despite the travel bans and whatever?
I don't know. I think I personally don't.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm like, why not? What's the problem with me going to New York? Those people are fairly normal. I've been in New York.
Yeah.
You
make a point, you go over there, you only buy Muslim food.
Yeah, well, I do that everywhere.
Right.
For the most part, really.
Yeah.
Austin, where he voted blue. So, yeah, Texas, every place has some place. Why punish all of America?
Yeah.
There are people that I'm willing to spend money with. You got to support what you support.
Speaking of America, Trevor Noah.
Yeah, son.
Tomorrow.
Is that tomorrow? Yeah, that's tomorrow. 3 o'clock.
Yeah, 3
I just
o'clock,
remembered, yes.
Yeah.
That gotta be fun.
So he's coming for an Islamic relief event called, what is it, Celebrating Our Differences or something like that? But don't care. All I saw was Trevor Noah. I'm like, down. It's Islamic relief and Trevor Noah in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
It didn't almost seem like that should belong side by side. We've been to enough Islamic relief events.
Yes, we have.
And we know enough about Trevor Noah. Actually, you went to see him.
Yes.
But I just didn't think those two would hang out. It's like Islamic relief featuring Trevor Noah.
Uh-huh.
Who have they featured even around there before?
No, nowhere close.
Hamza Moin.
Nazim Qadri.
That's not even the same thing. Hamza is at least, Nazim Qadri.
Well, all these guys are Muslim. Trevor Noah's not Muslim. Here's the thing, though.
It's true.
Trevor Noah, his not most recent stand-up, the one stand-up before that, he had a lot of political bits specific about, the difference between a Muslim and a terrorist or whatever. showing the diversity of the actual religion and like where short-minded thinking leads you, all that other stuff. So he had those topics peppered in the core of his stand-up. So when he started doing that, I'm like, he's a Muslim ally. So I think what happened is that a lot of people watched that stand-up and figured maybe we can like reach out.
Yeah.
So it's cool. He's gonna come and, but I don't know what to expect. Is he gonna do bits? Is he gonna? No, I don't think so. He's gonna talk about the topic.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, I think
and somewhat insightful because it's Trevor Noah.
I think it'd be very funny if he just has his set, you know, right? Like that was a great show for Islamic. Sorry, that was the funnest Islamic relief show yet. With that said, I think it would be him giving a message, and then sprinkling in some jokes in there.
Yeah, probably.
And if it's not, I would be upset.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, make me laugh, clown. Yeah. Like, I would have gotten somebody serious if I needed something.
Yeah,
serious.
Exactly, because his name is Trevor Noah. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be great. He's an entertainer, man.
Yeah.
The guy's he's young too. We're living in a good time.
Yes.
We need to stop saying that when it comes to comedy, but we're living in a fun time.
We are.
So much diversity.
There's a YouTube on Netflix.
Yeah.
On his special. Is it Daywalker special? But it's like a full documentary about him first.
Oh.
I haven't even got to the actual stand-up bit. It's just him talking about his mom, talking about his upbringing, talking about what was the comedy scene in Africa. For the most part, it was mostly white people that were doing stand-up, and then you would get some black people here and there. And the thing is that just the nature of the game is that, comedy, no matter if you're white or black, a lot of people put in that work for a long time, just grinding it. Also, on top of which, like in African society, like the concept of stand-up comedy is not a big one, right? So there's no places for you to perform. You perform in places that are dedicated to musical stuff. Yeah. Like on an off night, they go in.
Which is no way to work on your craft.
Exactly. Yeah. And so there's that, and obviously there's the apartheid, and there's racism abound, and all that other stuff.
Him and his family were actually eating bugs to get by at one point.
Yeah.
Like Africa poor, not just. You know how poor people are here? They have a cell phone. You ever seen a homeless guy with a cell phone? I've seen it.
Yeah.
But in Africa, they were like out foraging for bugs to eat because there was that little food.
And so there's an interesting part in that documentary where it's like, even the white dudes who'd been like grinding at it for like, 10 years, 15 years, whatever. And then for all intents and purposes, Trevor Noah's trajectory is one that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like he's very young and he starts like getting the main stage, he gets bigger gigs and whatnot. And it's funny because there's one part of that where the camera crew go and interview the like his counterparts.
Yeah.
And they're like, I've never met anyone more arrogant than Trevor Noah. He doesn't know what he has. And there's another guy who would say, he was saying something like, Trevor Noah's life, along with his experience, coupled with his timing, is perfect, which allows him to do what he does.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's thankful enough for that. He's an arrogant person.
The funny thing is, exactly what you're saying is what I heard about Jon Stewart. And there was a show where they were ranking the top 100 comics of all time. It's stupid to do that. I understand. Number 60, whatever, was Jon Stewart. And an OG from the comic, I don't know which comedian it was, but an older guy. And he said exactly that. That the reason he's doing so well is, he's talented. But the timing of it and where television is the only reason, I don't know if he appreciates it enough. Which is very interesting.
Yeah.
Because Trevor Noah filled Jon Stewart's shoes. Like it's very interesting that it's the same exact thing.
Well, there's a saying that goes, preparation, like success happens at the intersection of preparation and
timing
or something along those lines. Basically what happens is that you got to do what you do, get ready, try to work on your craft as much as possible, and put yourself in a position where you can like make the most out of, opportunities that come your way. Yeah. So I guess that's what happened for him.
In sales, we call it talent, territory, and timing, because all salespeople also have to look at their friggin' territory. But it's the same exact thing: talent, territory, and timing.
The thing is that it's better when people say like, all right, he got it, he got lucky. That's that. I just got to keep doing what I'm doing. Because like if everyone looked at it from the point of view of like, man, I've been doing this for 15 years. for whatever the thing that they're doing. And then they look at someone else who's done it right away. And they're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just not going to do it anymore. We wouldn't get Bill Burr because Bill Burr is 45 or something. And now he's blowing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't get like these people who had to work longer. It's just this is their time now.
Yeah.
Right? Louis C.K. as well. Well, Louis C.K. has been big for a while. But you know, there's certain people that kind of like peak much later in the game.
It's true.
And it's still just as awesome. Yeah. Like we're happy that Bill Burr didn't go see, I don't know, whoever it is that just walked on stage and be like, you know what, fuck this.
You can say that about a ton of comics nowadays.
Yeah.
Where they're like, you know, and Joe Rogan wasn't even known as a stand-up. He does theaters now. He does huge theaters. Yeah. I guess that's on the base of his podcast more than his stand-up.
I think a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the podcast makes it easier for him so that he can tell his types of jokes. Yeah. And it's those people, like, you put that together. But that could be told for any number of people. So, for example, like Brian Regan.
Yeah.
Brian Regan is universally funny, but he's also universally obscure.
Yeah, it's true. But he does do theaters somehow.
Now he does theaters. Yeah, now he does theaters.
It's weird, though, because that guy never... You know, some guys like, yeah, I know him from this.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of those guys, you know, this guy got popular, and you can kind of figure out where it was. And some guys, you're like, Brian Regan sells out theaters. I don't know 5 people that know Brian Regan. Outside of the comedy circles, I don't know 5 people that know Brian Regan.
It's because Brian Regan has never done a show.
Yeah.
He's never done a movie.
Yeah.
He's
not cool.
He just does.
He's not cool. And I want you to, because you take a guy like Hannibal.
Yeah.
Hannibal Buress is not known for his acting career.
Right.
But people know Hannibal.
Yeah.
Because somehow he's cool.
Yeah, Hannibal is outrageous, though.
Sometimes.
The stories that he tells on his podcast is just outrageous.
The stories anybody tells on their podcast are outrageous. The
I know,
stories
but
we tell on this podcast are outrageous.
But I feel like Hannibal is always talking about a girl that he smashed.
I'm talking about going skinning an animal, making a head and the skull, and we talked about the tongue. You know?
So you think he's just... But Brian Regan on podcasts is funny as frick.
He's funny as frick, but he doesn't have funny, crazy shit happening in his life.
No, because he likes being normal.
Yeah,
he loves being
Hannibal's
a dad.
doing crazy shit. Hannibal's like, met a girl in Cleveland and, you know, still wanted to see her, so I flew her out to Chicago for the weekend. And he did that. That's hilarious. That's really funny.
Drake sings about that all the time.
Who?
Drake.
Yeah, I don't know if Drake does that thing. And even if he does, fuck Drake. It's not funny to hear Drake talk about any of that.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's like a music star, and he's young. Hannibal is an ugly guy who's my age. You know, like he's just like an early to mid 30s, just dark and shiny. His eyes are really close.
He's always shiny.
He's always shiny. He's got glasses.
Yeah.
He has an annoying voice and speech habit, the way he talks. But I love the guy.
Anyway, Brian Regan. The story goes he can sell out an entire arena.
Okay, I don't believe that, but okay.
An entire theater.
Thank you.
and then go 2 blocks down to a Burger King.
Yeah,
and no one knows who he is.
That's probably good in a way.
I think it's good in a way. Yeah,
it's not gonna help you get a table at a restaurant.
Yeah,
sometimes it does help. You know, Dave Chappelle will clear the restaurant for you. Dave, come on down. Brian Regan, you're like, what?
Kevin Hart didn't sell out an arena. He sold out the stadium.
Kevin Hart is a great example of what you were saying earlier. Kevin Hart's been doing stand-up for like 10, 15 years.
Yeah, since he was like 15 years old.
He's been doing stand-up for friggin' forever.
Yep.
But it took him like 12 to 15 years to become not just big, but the biggest. Yeah. You're like selling out Wembley Stadium, Air Canada Centre multiple nights in a row.
Were they?
I forgot what podcast I was listening to, but they were talking about the way he rolls and what he does. Big J. Okerson was talking about
Yes, I love this story.
And he was saying that when Kevin Hart came back to town, he was like, hey, Big J and them connected. He's like, yeah, come over. You can, we'll hang out before the show. And he had a crew of people, and apparently wherever Kevin Hart lands to, he has a guy who goes to the hotel and sets up pretty much a LAN party of like PlayStations. And so
the
Kevin,
Xboxes, yeah.
So Kevin and his boys can play and blow off some steam before the show. And they basically just leave it when they're leaving.
For the mates.
Yeah. That's like a tip. And then you go to the next place and the dude goes out and buys a few PlayStations. Holy crap.
It's not like he's changed. It's not like he's arrogant. But he
don't
rolls.
think so, yeah.
He rolls on such a different level that Big J was just sitting there going, "Yo, I gotta go back to my, I
Yeah.
gotta go back to my hotel. I just don't get it. I don't understand what's going on."
But that's where the animosity comes from sometimes.
Yeah.
Because he's been grinding as long as a lot of people.
Yeah.
And people can't understand why did he get so big. And there's reasons. You're just popular. You're gonna learn today. Soon as somebody said that to me, I'm like, what? And I had to Google it. I was like, it's hilarious. But some people, they're like, man, he got used cheap tricks. Ooh, it's an entertainment game. I know it's an art, but that's the whole. Every time somebody's making art, somebody's willing to call them sellout.
Yeah.
When they start doing it well,
Yeah. So just for the people who wanted to know, sold out that stadium.
Yeah. Kevin Hart.
Yep.
32
million.
Okay.
50,000
What?
people.
32 million in a stadium?
No, $32 million.
Oh.
50,000 people in that stadium.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wait. Read me whatever you're reading. Tell me
Go
what
with this. All right.
it says about the 32 million.
Hold on a second. I got this.
Is that projections or is that how much him and his peoples got paid? Hello?
Yeah, hold on a second. Last movie made. Oh, no. Okay.
Okay,
let's
cool.
put that in.
Yeah.
So,
The math wasn't making sense.
So what now is the movie
right.
for his stand-up?
Okay.
Like he does his stand-up in that movie, but
Okay.
but like it's like a James Bond thing or whatnot.
Right.
So that made 32 million,
I gotcha.
and he sold a $50,000.
Yeah, that all makes sense
50,000 play stadium.
That sounds good. I'm like, what are you charging these 50,000 people to make $32 million? I was like, what is this?
I'm gonna ruin a Dave Chappelle joke.
Okay.
On Kevin Hart, because there's that bit where he talks about how Kevin Hart's made it so big while he's gone, right? Wait, no, was it Drake? He's like, there's a lyric. Oh no, Kevin Hart has made so much money that he could actually sing a Drake. He could live a Drake song where he's like, I got everything, right? And his like wife calling him. He's like, oh, shut the fuck up, right? Right? And Dave Chappelle's like, I do not have shut the fuck up money. At most, I have. Can I have quiet, please? How much money you need to make to be able to say that?
Dave can say shut the fuck up.
He probably could.
Yeah. I can say shut the fuck. Actually, I can't say shut the fuck up. I don't think money would change that. See Russell Peters talking about like, yeah, he got divorced with his old wife. His new wife, he's talking to Joe about it. He's like, yeah, she's super chill. You can fart on her. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, sometimes in bed and I'll just turn over and I'll just fart. And she's like, oh, stop. And I was like, you have that money where you can fart on a woman.
Yeah.
Because she knows. She knew when she was marrying this guy, like, he's going to fart on me every now and then if he finds it cute. Shit.
So yeah. Live comfortably.
Hey, man.
His last wife was pretty hot.
She was okay.
Was she? I don't know.
No, you can Google her. And I did. She was okay.
They all upgrade.
I guess so.
Kevin Hart upgraded like nobody's business.
Probably, but Kevin was... Russell was doing very well when he got married the first time.
That's true.
You know, Russell was one of those guys that went from one special to bazillionaire in no time. He did that one special. We tried to book him at the student union.
Yeah.
We were asking for availability, and they just let us know it's 24,000 for him to do one night.
Right.
And we were just asking for availability, just letting us know you can't afford it. They're like, hey, just so you know, it's 24,000. They're like, okay, we'll talk to you later. That's our budget for like 4 years. Thanks. Cardinal official, $7,000. Come on through. And Cardinal had his like, I need underwear. I need pineapples. He said I need a fruit salad with only pineapple. And
at that point, you just need pineapple.
I know. I was like, you just want pineapple, right?
Like calling that a fruit salad?
I kept looking at him like, am I doing this? Cardinal gonna get angry at me? I said I want a fruit salad with only pineapple, dumbass. And I was like, I don't know. But we just got him pineapple. He's happy. Good guy. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, super nice dude.
Okay.
Just make sure there's enough alcohol in the room. Like he was just drinking
all the time.
He put on a great show.
Yeah, well.
And he gave like a good pep talk to his guys beforehand because we didn't sell out. And he was like, you got to pretend it's full. So I appreciated that on a personal level.
Right.
But no Russell Peters, though. Oh, I went shooting.
Yeah, tell me some of that.
I went shooting at a gun range.
Uh-huh.
And there were a bunch of Asian people there.
Okay.
That were dressed like they were from Asia in terms of, those rich people that have like, they like super long shirts. Even the guys' shoes have studs on the top.
Ah, yes. Of
Yeah,
course.
and they're rich people from Asia,
Yeah.
is what it looks like.
Yep.
And they were not listening to any of the instructions that Dan was giving, our safety guy.
Yeah.
And Dan at one point goes, "Hey, you guys are staying off into the distance. Please look over here." It was really funny.
To be looking at your eyes.
Because, dude, it's loud in there, and the
Yeah.
guns are no joke.
Yeah.
Like, a bullet is bigger. Some of these bullets are bigger than your finger. And he was like, "You're going to want to turn around and talk to your friends and point the gun at them. You can't do that." And he was like looking right at them because he knew they didn't speak English. They didn't. And he asked them, "Are you guys doing shotguns?" And he was like, they were like, "Yeah." It was just funny. But we did the instructional. I took it very seriously. They asked us, "What 3 guns do you want?" And I was like, "Give me a second. I've never been asked this before." Basically, you get to pick 3 guns that have a range,
Yeah.
and then you pay per bullet. And there's a listing for how much, bullet costs for these things.
Yeah.
So immediately that was very exciting. Just the options of being able to choose guns was... And like for me, I'm like, what guns do you have from Call of Duty? Do you have a FAMAS? I asked this because that's what I used in the game. And they're like, "No, but we have other DMRs." I'm like, "Yes, I know that word. I know that word." They're like, "Well, there's a whole range of guns that are called DMR."
Right.
But he gave us the biggest one they had. That was priced well, because I was like, I'm not paying $7 a bullet, because they had that gun too, which was a sniper rifle. And it was sexy. And I never thought a gun would be sexy.
It's a man thing.
But this gun was sexy. Yeah.
Shooting stuff.
So I got something called a Chris Vector is what it's called.
Yeah, I know the gun.
And
it's a very striking gun.
it's a very striking gun. Plus they had like attachments on it that made it look crazy.
Yeah.
They also had a scope on it that would not zoom in, but when you look through it, it would give you a red dot on where you wanted to shoot.
Right.
And this thing was heavy.
Right.
So I was doing the trick where you hold on your breath, basically, because
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I remember from the game.
Right.
And that was amazing. That was my best gun by far. And then we had a Beretta,
Yeah.
which is like a Italian pistol
Yeah, yeah.
made in the 1950s.
I listened to Biggie, I know.
And it actually has a lot of kick. And that was a lot of fun. And then...
From the Beretta, putting all the holes in the sweater.
Okay, good. See, that's... Who said Biggie never taught anybody? And then we did a 9mm, just because you can buy 50 bullets for $20.
For sure. Did you get a Glock? You always talk about Glock.
The Beretta was a Glock.
That's a Glock?
Yeah.
Had no idea that...
They can make it in a few ways. So that was a thing I didn't realize.
Okay.
Glock bullets are mode, so we only fired 5 of those, and then we had a different Beretta, which was like the 9mm.
Yeah.
I think it's called a semi-automatic.
So when you pull that slider back and let
Yeah.
go, feel
It
good
feels
about yourself?
Yeah, the guy did that for me. Dan did that. He was so he stands beside you at all times, by the way.
Of course.
And he will tell you, like, "Hey, alhamdulillah, I was pretty good at it, but I was with 4 people."
Yeah.
And he would tell them, like, "Hey, aim higher." Because it's very easy somehow, especially with a pistol,
Yeah.
to get that wrong. And for no reason, I turned to the guy beside me. He's like, "I bet you I could beat you." For no reason. I've never shot a gun before in my life. He's a fashion designer. And it was a lot of fun, man.
Okay.
And yeah, he actually beat me on all the pistols, and I beat him on the rifle. But I would definitely do it again. It's like $75 though. It's pricey.
Right. What, do they just tally up the bullets and then... that's it?
Yeah, that's the way they do it. If you wanted to get there, just shoot 50 shots of 9mm, which would still be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You can do that and probably still get out of there with after paying $60.
Yeah.
But in my head, like, all of this is getting attached to eventually killing a goat.
Right.
Not a goat, sorry, a deer. I don't want to go to a farm and
You
just
just
snipe
walk
something.
up to him, just press it against his skull.
just from point blank range. That would be terrible.
Click it. Hunting.
Yeah, no.
Feels good.
I don't believe in any of... I personally don't even like when they have to bait an animal to hunt it, but apparently that's a legitimate way of hunting certain animals.
What, like sitting in a tree?
Not sitting in a tree, but they'll, like, no exaggeration, that's called like a tree blind. What they do in other situations is they will leave like bear food, like honey or something that
okay.
smells like that,
Yeah.
kind of elevated, and when the bear comes, they shoot it. And somehow that's not sporting, but apparently that bear needs to go down.
True. And also, I don't think you want to stalk a freaking bear.
No, you do not.
Like, okay, so I was watching a YouTube channel called It's the one where he like gets stung by everything. He lets himself get
Yes,
stung
that
by
asshole.
it.
Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, this dumbass gets stung by everything and then reacts like, "You can't believe the pain I am going through." I'm like,
It's so good.
I have no sympathy
He's
for
gone
him.
through all of them. He's got like fire ants,
Yeah.
scorpions, centipedes, the bullet ant, which was the biggest one.
He picks them up and he harasses them until they bite him.
Of course, that's what
I'm
he's trying to
rooting
do.
for the animal.
Well, you know, it's for educational purposes.
What? I didn't know a scorpion shit hurts.
All right, let me tell you this though.
Yeah.
Right? When you see how he reacts to a bullet ant,
Right.
and then sometime in the future when someone goes, "Don't walk there, there's bullet ants."
Yeah.
I'm on high alert.
I know.
There's a visceral, like, I've seen this white dude just flop around on the ground.
I've seen a dude get stung by a bullet ant on a hunting show.
Yeah.
And he was fine. It hurt like a bitch. The problem was everybody around him spoke a different language because he's in the Amazon.
Yeah.
Him and the camera guy are the only ones who speak English. But he's like, this hurts like crazy, but they seem really calm. So I think I'll be okay.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
That guy might be,
Steve Ranella, by
right?
the way. Yeah.
And already a pretty tough dude anyway.
Sure.
But let's put it through it. Let's just say that he's an outlier.
Okay.
Because there's another YouTube video
Right.
of like documentarians, I think.
Okay.
They went to a tribe, and one of their rites of passages is like there's this huge mitten.
Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a mitten.
Yeah.
Within the mitten, there's just bullet ants.
Yeah,
And
I've
what you're
heard
supposed to
about
do is
this.
you put your hands in the mittens.
Yeah. I'm trying to curse way less, but like as soon as you said, I'm like, oh no, I'm definitely gonna have
You
to
put your
curse
hands
at
in the
this.
mittens. I don't know if you like do some stuff while it's in there,
I don't think you have to.
and then you get stung multiple times.
Yeah.
Right. It happened to a dude. That dude went to the hospital
Yeah.
because he was just in pain.
Well, you shouldn't get stung by multiple bullet ants.
Anyway, this is not the point of why I brought this guy up.
Okay.
They were walking somewhere in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
They were pretty far away
Mm.
from what looked like a bear. It was a mom bear with cubs.
Oh.
And when they saw that, all three of them, you see the terror in their eyes.
Right.
And they go through like what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be like, they put the hands up. They're like, "Hey bear, hey bear," as they walk slowly backwards. "Hey bear, hey bear." Right?
Oh man.
And that's why you don't hunt a bear. You gotta trick it, because there's another video where it's a guy in a tree blind,
Yeah.
and he sees a bear, and then there's a bear. Like they look down, the camera looks down. It's a bear at the foot of the tree.
Yeah.
It looks up. It looks down again. Bear is not fucking there anymore.
Oh, I saw that one.
Turns around.
It's
the bear
behind
is
him.
behind him.
That-
What?
Yeah,
the
I didn't even
frick?
think that would be. Not only did I think it wouldn't be possible, and I was like, oh, they do climb. Yeah, yeah. And I was like, that fast? Like that guy practices climbing that specific tree, is what it looked like. He
Yep.
got up there so quick, like he knew where every branch was.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Turns around. The bear's like, "So what are we doing here?" So this is why we don't. You don't.
He just came up there to
bears,
investigate.
yeah.
He didn't even hurt him or nothing.
Yep. Same thing. You don't hunt velociraptors.
Yeah, clever girls.
Yep.
Clever girls. I don't know who hunts by stalking. Oh, you know what? People do hunt lions. Not lions in in Africa. I don't know how they do that. I have a good idea, but so in California they hunt mountain lions because there's of course no natural predators, and they hunt them with dogs. So you can't leave food out or anything. You literally take like 4 or 5 dogs that are keen to a scent of a lion,
Yeah.
and then you go hunt this lion. And the point is to like trap it in an area where it's kind of been cornered by these 4 lions.
Right.
It's of course still on the run, and then you're supposed to get a clear look and pop it. But apparently it's incredibly hard to hunt a lion. They're just too good.
They're very evasive.
You're in their terrain.
Yeah. Yeah. And
a lion.
and they will smell you before you can see them.
I feel like if I was a lion, I'd kill a dog, no problem. Like, what? You're gonna
Yeah, but
just bark?
I think they avoid, because the
Yeah.
thing is that it's not so much the fact that could I take you.
Right.
It's while I'm taking you, do I sustain an injury that doesn't allow me to hunt later on?
Right.
So just avoidance is always the best.
I wonder
the
how
best thing.
much interaction there is between lions and wolves. We're gonna get a specialist on within 2 weeks. They're
Okay.
gonna let me know within 2 weeks when she's available.
Right.
So
we can stop like talking out of our asses
'cause
and
we
actually
got so
get, like-
many questions. And I Google this stuff. I look up YouTube videos for no reason.
Yeah.
I watch them with my dad of different animals fighting each other. But yeah, we need to get a specialist on here because I want to know how often lions or large cats and wolves and large dogs or hyenas interact in terms of fights and stuff. Like
Yeah.
how much of that territory is covered? What's the pecking order? The lady that we want to get on, she has raised hyenas from pups and lions, cats of all sorts, from mountain lions to tigers to lions from, cubs, I guess is the right word.
Right.
I wouldn't say kittens, but I think it's a different cat.
Well, there it is.
Well, there it is.
Can't wait.
Can't wait, man.
I listened to a podcast recently
Okay.
about coyotes.
Yeah, which one? Dan Flores or
Yep.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Okay. So when coyotes do the coyote call,
It's on shaky grounds, bro.
that was on
Sorry.
shaky grounds?
Yeah.
Well, because it was what? He had another guy come
Yeah,
on and kind of like pick
yeah,
at
he
the...
was like, you know what? There's a lot of that's assuming a few things.
I
Like
see.
it has to. You can tell that you're so excited. I don't want you to
All right.
misquote yourself.
We're going to tell what essentially is a hadith with a very weak chain narration
Okay.
about coyotes. This is what it is. When a coyote does a coyote call,
Yeah.
whatever it is,
Right.
right? When they're doing that call,
Right.
it's a roll call
Mm-hmm.
of whoever answers back. And if there's less coyotes that answer back,
Mm-hmm.
pregnant moms will produce more coyote pups.
Yeah. I don't know if they're pregnant or if they're like
Oh yeah,
planning to be I don't know what the thing is, but
they're
yes,
like-
that's the theory.
yeah, they're trying.
That's
Coyotes that
apparently-
are trying
Yeah.
do the call.
And they're like, oh, it's time to screw.
Yes.
I didn't hear Jeff or whatever. I don't know what their names are.
Okay. Despite that,
Yeah.
it is very interesting that every effort to exterminate coyotes
Yes, that's true.
has essentially just made coyotes push out further and further,
Can't do it.
and they're incredibly smart, incredibly hardy,
Yeah.
and as a result, there is no way to exterminate them.
And people have tried as much as putting like money offers, like every coyote pelt is $50, bring them in, and somehow population still go up.
Yep.
That's insane. Like since we have a lot more concrete and bridges and stuff here, we're going to see raccoons.
Yeah.
Like every now and then I'll be driving, I'll just see a raccoon figure crossing.
Yeah.
It's very common, even in Toronto. Super, congested city, raccoons. It's when you go to other areas, exact same thing with coyotes. Exact same thing. You go to New York, rats. It's just like certain animals are very well adept at urban dwelling with
Yeah.
people and coexisting. Not even coexisting, just not dying. Every animal we see is just like, yeah, humans didn't kill me. Just they tried, trust me. Every single animal.
That we see in the city. Yeah, it's true. That's the idea.
Pigeons too. Pigeons were brought over as food. They're not native to America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pigeons is a European animal. They would call it a rock dove because it's like, oh, fancy fucking animal. But what happened is they brought it here because it was hardy. It's easy it would survive the transfer over from the
Right.
boat ride. And a few got out, and of course, like they don't care. They're like well adept to just be around shitting on everything in Toronto.
The rats of the sky.
Yeah, they're something, man. I've had pigeons, practically attack me. Like I have a
Really?
pizza in my hand, and they'll come just as close as it can to try to grab it.
Right.
And I move, it just flies away. But it come like a foot and a half away. It'd scare you, trust me.
Inner city pigeons.
Yeah, man. It's like
Because pigeons in Mississauga is not bad. They're not bad.
there's not a lot of pigeons here.
That's true. Seagulls.
Seagulls, sure.
Seagulls are assholes though.
There's a lot more seagulls here, oddly enough.
Yeah, closer to... Nope, that is not accurate.
No, you're not closer to water. I'm right by the water.
Yep.
I got crazy spiders. I got huge mosquito-looking things that
How have you not taken a picture of a brown recluse yet?
I haven't gotten one this season. I will
Okay.
take one for you.
Okay.
But I get massive brown spiders the size of it's intimidating because you can see it thinking, like it's doing this with its mouth and it's looking at you. I was like, if I can make out your eyes, like this is no good.
Interesting fact.
Yeah.
If you're ever looking for a tarantula at nighttime,
Okay.
you just need to shine your flashlight.
Right.
A tarantula's eyes reflect back the flashlight the way how like a cat eye would.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That would be so scary.
How fucking scary would that be that when
Oh
you're
my
shining
God.
your light down like a path
Yeah.
and you see 8 eyes.
And you won't just see one; you'll see a bunch of them. That would be scary.
But yeah, that's what happens. They just
I'd rather deal with like a small leopard. Nah, that's not true, man. Bring the spider on. Just
Yep.
step on it.
Yep, exactly.
No, I don't know what the small cat I would be. I'd go with an ocelot. I might deal with an ocelot.
I don't think you could. No. Okay. I think
Yeah.
if it doesn't hit a jugular,
Okay.
like a jugular
Ocelot's
vein,
like this big.
right? Yeah,
It's just this big.
dude. If it climbs up and bites your neck,
I'm not gonna let it.
right. What I'm trying to say is you're overestimating your reaction time, potentially,
Okay.
right? Because you've fought humans before,
Yeah.
but like you have no experience with an ocelot.
So here, I can say with some confidence that I would be able to beat up a terrier.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. I'm not saying I'm basing this on any of my prior fights with dogs.
Right.
I haven't had any. Everything I've seen has been horrible. People did not win.
So, but here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
A dog has less weapons.
Completely agreed.
Yes. Also,
Yeah.
a dog generally doesn't move as fast as a cat.
Oh, of course. And a cat is a natural hunter,
Right.
where dogs have had that bred out of them.
Right.
That's why they like us so much. But an ocelot is a small animal. How big is a coyote in your opinion?
Coyote is about like this big
Yep, that's right.
and about this high.
So in terms of weight, they're about 25 pounds.
Right.
Max out around 35. The biggest get to 45 pounds. And you know how heavy that is because we've dealt with weights before.
Yeah.
I
will steal a baby.
Yeah,
A coyote will steal a fucking baby.
I'm just going to check ocelot size
yeah.
because
Just to make sure that you're going to be accurate. Here's my
average ocelot size. Thank you, Google.
Ocelot typically has a weight of 8 to 20 kilograms.
8 to 20 kilograms. Now I got to
Kilograms.
convert this shit. Come on, Google. Also, 8 to 20 is a range.
go 20.
Of course, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not...
You're going to fight the heavyweight.
Yeah, I got to fight the heavyweight. That's 44 pounds, dude. That's like a big coyote.
Yeah, he's going to fuck you up.
No, man.
44 pounds? 44 pounds of just absolute muscle. And all it does,
Yeah.
dude, what you do, you eat Osmo sometimes.
Listen.
You sit in front of a computer sometimes. You hold on.
Yeah.
You sometimes you shop, right?
Sometimes you shop,
You-
yeah.
You spend time with your wife. That's
Right.
all. That's what you do, right?
Yeah.
And ocelot
Kill shit with its face.
all the time though.
Yeah,
like
for
it's
funsies.
It's not doing taxes every once in a while.
No, I know.
It's well adept. What
Yeah.
I'm trying to say is
You
that
don't think
would-
I've fought an ocelot a million times in my head, Yasin?
All I'm
You
saying-
don't think I haven't done that shit?
I'm
You
saying-
don't think I've done the math of how I'm going to come at it, how it's
Hold
going
on.
to come at me?
all I'm saying is that if it gets you by the neck,
Of course. That goes for me too, by the way. If I
right.
get you by the neck, it's game over. I'm much smaller than you. I'm aware.
despite that,
Yeah.
you still would sustain severe injury.
True.
You will win
Mm-hmm.
if it can't hit the main artery.
So there's a Canadian man who fought off a leopard
Okay.
in the 50s. There's pictures of them. They're black and white.
Right.
It's a grown, and it's a leopard. It's a pretty, it's bigger than 45. That's probably a 60, 70 pound leopard.
Right.
I think it's 80 actually.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that I am a man at the level of that man because that man wins.
Right.
He fought off and killed a leopard.
He also lived in a time where it was only black and white pictures. It's a different type of man.
Yeah. Man was harder.
Yeah.
But I feel like as long as I know I might be about to fight an ocelot, I'm pretty confident.
like
I can,
if it doesn't have to jump on you, like you know,
Yeah, if
you
it
need to
doesn't
know that a
start-
fight will happen.
yeah, if it starts with its,
if opening
its legs.
salvo,
Yeah.
it might get you. Fair enough.
If it's a surprise attack, ocelot wins, probably.
right.
I'd give it a good 9 out of 10. I don't know what the defense is.
Right.
If it gets at me from the back, which
Right.
it probably would, because
Yeah.
it's a cat,
Yeah.
that's how they do, I'm fucked. I gotta stop cursing. It's really hard. I'm really trying.
Why are you trying?
Because I never cursed before I started doing stand-up.
You just cursed a bit.
A bit.
Right.
But now I can't stop.
I see.
I can't gauge when I'm about to curse. While prior to this, every curse had an intention.
Right.
And now it's just a part of my vernacular when I'm speaking. And that just comes from being at clubs all the time, sitting in the back and talking to comics and just absorbing
Yeah.
for some reason. And it's not even that I'm trying to impress the people I'm speaking with.
Right.
It's just everybody's cursing all the time. And you get caught up in it.
Okay.
And it's fun to curse.
Yeah. For without a doubt. All right, so I cursed a fair bit in university.
Okay.
Probably at work here still too.
Yeah. But
But-
out of anger and stuff, not out of funsies about ocelots.
Right. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
What's worked for me is that you got to do mind spaces, right?
What's that mean?
University is a mind space.
Right.
You go over there, you study, you work hard,
Yeah.
right? And swear as much as you want.
You know what the problem with that?
But then when I come, like when you leave
Yeah.
university,
But this
like
is an
it turns
extension of
off.
stand-up. I understand what you're saying.
Right.
But doing a podcast is an extension of
Right,
stand-up.
that's fair enough.
It actually is in a way.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah. Like I'm tapping into this from a personality perspective, a similar part of me.
Right.
As the one that's about to go on stage or talking to people. Because that's what we're doing.
Well, let it go, bro.
Yeah. Just let it go? No, I don't want to let it go. I don't know. I don't even know why I don't want to let it go. I just don't like that. I don't feel like I think I should be able to have an entertaining conversation without saying, dropping the F-bomb every now and then. Most other words I'm fine with. Shit, damn. Like, well, it's not that bad, I don't use the other words that I shouldn't be using.
Fair enough.
Some comics, though. Oh, my God. Like,
Hit
hey,
it
you
too
can't
much.
say that. That's not the 90s, bro. You can't say that. But you're trying to think of, like, 90s words?
Like, I think they keep saying that. Go watch a movie back in the 90s, like
Yeah.
like a comedy movie in the 90s. There's
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff that you wouldn't be able to do.
Oh, yeah. Jeez, are you kidding me?
This is not. Sorry, go ahead.
I was watching I forgot what movie it was, but Donald Faison was in it, and it was like he was a young black guy, and his mom was talking to him like, "Hey, he's still your dad. You still gotta love your dad." It's like, my dad's a faggot, and he started crying, right? And she hugged him,
Uh-huh.
and I was just like, "You can't say that, dude." Donald Faison in the 90s.
I think you can because he's doing it out of anger. He doesn't know what. Like
I know his
this
dad
is-
was gay. He came out.
right. No, I understand that, but
Oh, okay.
like
You
within
just
the
can't
context,
say that anymore.
within that context,
We can't say that in any context anymore. Who's saying that?
I don't.
I'm not
I
watching
don't
the
know.
movies that they
I don't,
say it in.
I don't know. I'm just saying that I feel like he hasn't figured it out yet. Or he's got to work. Like what part of his character development in that particular movie?
Yeah.
Because like he gets.
So
to
what
say
I'm
it.
saying is that regardless of the character, it just won't see that in a movie anymore.
I think so.
Yeah, you just won't.
We saw Dave Chappelle drop it like nobody's business.
You saw Dave Chappelle say
I know
faggot?
it's not a movie. It's not a movie, but
You heard him say faggot?
no,
No, you didn't.
tranny.
Very, 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 very different.
Both derogatory. People get mad when you say
Yeah, but like one is very well established. Like, hey, don't say this.
it. Right. Okay, fair
This
enough.
is, has a history of this.
Yeah.
And tranny is the new. It's I think everything with when it comes to people's gender identity,
Yeah.
we're just like anything getting more like sophisticated in that.
Yeah.
And at first we were just trying to be okay with gay people,
Right.
and now it's like, hey, there's all these gender identities, and transsexual people don't like to be called trannies,
Right.
And that's just more of a newer conversation that we're having as a culture.
Yeah. Just steer away.
But people say tranny on stage all the time right now, and some people say faggot, and we're like, hey, can you please say tranny? Because that's still a great, it's just. I've had a club owner, I've seen a club owner go to a guy and tell him, like, hey, I like you. You've been up here. People come to see you. You got to stop saying faggot.
Uh-huh.
And everybody reacts to that very differently.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that's his tranny all the time.
Well, probably talking about cars.
Yep.
Your dad is
Transmission.
like, yeah, I got pulled over, got cut off by this tranny today. Sorry, no, not like that.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what you meant.
No, this tranny's giving you some problems. It's a
Yeah,
transmission.
that's what I'm. Oh, okay.
Like the transmission of a car.
Oh.
Short for transmission is tranny.
This tranny's giving me a problem. She keeps cutting in front of me.
Oh boy.
Or girl. Sorry.
Yeah, you've been doing some entertaining stuff these days, bro. I've been doing quite the opposite.
You've been doing entertaining stuff.
Yeah, it's been entertaining, but also planning a nikah, which is nice and fun.
Wow.
So doing that.
Mashallah.
So doing that.
That's how we break it to people.
Yeah,
You know.
I like how every once in a while when I am on the conversation talking to you,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just say something about the event, and you'll be like, "One event, bro.
One
event. You don't
Mashallah.
you're not even saying it to me.
So
You're just
proud of
saying
you.
it to like the
the
ether.
heavens, just to the world. Like, one event. Can you imagine how nice it would be if we all had one event?
Yeah, I dodged that bullet by not falling for a brown lady.
Yeah, no.
Thank
brown
God.
ladies. I'm sure there's some brown ladies out there that are like, I would have liked one event, but it's also not up to them. It's up to their family and what their parents want, and probably what they want too. Friggin' want dresses or something. Some guys too. I doubt it though.
No, I really.
I highly doubt it. Every guy I know is like, I'm just trying to save money. Just trying to save some money for the down payment. Every guy I know is like that.
Yeah.
Can't help it, man. But I'm very happy, mashallah, that
Thanks,
you get
bro.
to do one event.
Yeah, I
in
appreciate
Anika.
it. Looking forward to it.
Good. I
Yeah.
could tell.
Yeah.
You're so excited.
I am.
Mashallah.
I'm last in the group, right? I'm the
No?
second last.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people, dude.
I feel like I was
That's how all of them feel. That's how everybody who is not married feel like they're the last in the group.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's just like these 6 people I can rattle off right here that I won't do on the podcast.
Right.
So they can like really feel their loneliness. Like, damn.
I remember, but the thing is that what's weird, it's not weird. It's that when you see your friend
Yeah.
find someone they like, fall for her, right? Head over heels. He's doing his thing. You know, that portion of the time where like you don't get to talk to him too much because he's always hanging out with
He's
the
always
lady.
on the phone.
Right. You know, he's going through all that process. It's literally the equivalent of like cocaine in his brain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's actual chemicals
Yeah.
in the brain that,
Mimics the same thing. Super happy. He's doing his thing.
yeah, he's on drugs.
And you're sitting there single. You're happy for your friend. But at the same time, you're like, you couldn't understand. You wouldn't be able to understand. Right? And then when it happens to you, you're like, was I being annoying? Being single and pouty?
Maybe. I don't know if you were being pouty.
I wasn't being pouty, but it's like, one day, inshallah, me.
Oh, see?
Or like, he's calling her baby quite often. It's like these weird things that
Yeah.
like, it's like this odd trigger.
I-
Like it really has no, there's no reason to like, because that's,
Right.
that's how it is. That's the way how it is. But like,
Yeah.
you know, you're saying, you're just a little salty. That's what happens.
I
You're just
had
a
a
little
buddy of
salty.
mine called his girl Hun that he
Yeah.
was introducing to me.
Yeah.
I was like, so it's at Hun now? Is that what's happening? But that goes away pretty quickly, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of it. Everything goes away pretty quickly. You're getting married, and then once you're married, feeling like you're married, inshallah, will just all comes in stride.
Yeah.
I think this area is the weird area when you're doing a lot of planning for an event
Yeah.
that is supposed to be a special. But everything after that, I feel like is it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
This isn't even normal what you're doing right now.
No, it's not.
Your whole relationship is based around planning something.
Yeah.
What else? Like
Yeah, it's
I don't
true.
know.
So I work with a couple people.
Okay.
And I feel that they're a little jaded because every time that, like me or another coworker she just got married, yeah? Mm-hmm. So she's still so into her husband, which is nice. So at lunchtime, she will go warm up her food. Then she'll take the food, go into her car, drive somewhere else, sit there, and then call her husband, and they eat together on the phone.
That's something. That is something.
They've been married for like a year and a bit.
Mashallah.
They still do it. She's still excited for lunchtime.
Yeah.
She doesn't do it every lunch.
Right.
It's not like, but like she still does that, and I think it's adorable.
I think it's adorable too, because they both seem to like it.
Yes.
Now, if he doesn't like it, and this is what she likes, then she's an asshole for let this guy. You're gonna see him when you get home. With that said, if you like it and the other person likes it, dude, that's the best relationship.
Yeah.
That's a great relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
But anyway, when the other two ladies hear about that, there's always like a negative comment.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's not gonna last.
Haters.
You could just wait a year, just wait 2 years, just
Yeah.
wait 5 years. You're gonna hate them,
Right.
right? It's that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that happens. Just gotta constantly work at it.
No, it all changes, and that doesn't mean you fall in less
Yeah.
in or out of love. It's just your different level of comfort, and there's different levels of attachment, and you're not gonna be like, we're gonna start here and we're gonna start falling.
Yeah.
You're gonna go up and down. You're gonna go up and down because you guys are gonna keep changing as you get older.
Yeah.
Think about how much you've changed in the last. I was gonna say 10, but think 5.
Yeah.
Think 2. Like think how your brain works has changed in the last, let's say, 3 years, right?
Dude, I can't even, like, honestly, to be 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, the way how my brain worked 6 months ago
Yeah.
in processing things versus right now, like, oh, jeez. There's a lot.
Here's a Khalil Gibran poem called Marriage.
Yeah.
Very good. I was reading a Buddhist thing about love as well.
Yeah.
And it was just all about just giving each other space, but
Yeah.
growing together.
Yeah.
Like separately, but together.
Yeah.
Separately, but together. And it was just like both
Sounds
of
oddly
them.
racist. No, that's separate but equal. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Damn, that's not what I meant at all.
Sorry.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's those two people might stop having lunches together.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that their love. And if they keep thinking like, oh man, we're not having lunch anymore, I guess we're not where we used to be.
Right.
Then maybe like used to be needs to be redefined.
Right.
Like, maybe you guys still love each other, 20 out of 20. It's not, but you're busy
Yeah, sometimes.
at
Yeah.
lunchtime.
Yeah.
Too busy to drive away and eat alone in your car. Like, what the hell? I can judge that for what it is. I just find it cute
Right.
if they both like it.
Right, right.
That's the way I view it. I'm like, I'm optimistic. They both love it. So I'm proud of them. Like, I'm happy for them.
But if one person doesn't like it, asshole.
Yeah. It's just you don't want your girl to be the one noticing that, yeah, this guy doesn't, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Because the drop off is generally going to come from the guy's side.
Really?
Yeah, almost always. And here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with it depending on what the drop off entails.
Right.
You're saying right, but you're not
I'm collating data.
okay.
I'm collating data because there's nothing I can do without just like I just have to
Yeah.
keep experiencing it up until the point where I get to a
Yeah.
like a not a milestone but like
No.
a signpost and
A
I'll be like,
sign-
oh, this is the way how I'm like maybe I'll try doing it this
You
way.
guys find your all's own balance.
Yeah.
That might include a FaceTime while driving to work, while driving by, while at lunch.
No FaceTime while driving. Say
I'm
it.
just saying. I'm not saying that. Trust me. I got pulled over on the way here. But find your own balance and mashallah, just make sure you guys are on the same page and everything's gonna go swell.
So what I like about this
Mm-hmm.
is that
I've been going out with the same girl for 5 years as of yesterday, by the way.
oh,
Literally as of yesterday was our first date.
mashallah.
And this is how much I hate my wedding. That I don't celebrate my wedding anniversary. But I do celebrate my date anniversary.
Really?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Just too much stress for me to be happy about it. That's why I'm so happy for you. That you get to have just one event that you look forward to.
Right.
And you have it and then it's over. Like
And I'm like, this might be a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a great thing. I don't care about politics. Whoever doesn't want to sit beside someone else,
yeah. They can sit on the floor.
just don't come.
Yeah.
But don't care. you sit when I tell you to sit, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's liberating. Yeah, we need to wrap it up,
Wrap it up, wrap it in.
dude.
Yeah. What?
No, it's funny because so I'm normally the one that goes to sleep early, right? Sometimes we hang out.
You and me, right?
What?
Or you and her?
No, like us as a group. Like,
I don't know what we is
Right,
anymore,
right.
Yasin. This is a friendship
no,
crisis.
like boys, like if the boys were hanging out or whatnot,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, you do go to sleep early.
Right. So normally, like if we're hanging out at Rafi's place or wherever, guys, it's 10:30. I gotta go. I
Yeah.
gotta wake up early tomorrow. I gotta go to gym or do whatever. I just like starting my mornings early. So the other day, Rafi called me. He called me at about 10:15. So we were talking. We had a good conversation, and then near the end of the conversation, he's like, "Okay, all right, man, I'll let you go. I know you're about to get ready to go to bed." I was in Vaughan.
That's the new you.
I told him like, dude, I'm not even at home. I'm in Vaughan. He's like, I see how it is. With us, you had to go early.
Yeah. You're selfish.
It's
It's good. That's how you should be.
I guess so. Just a little bit.
Yeah. What time does she normally go to bed if it wasn't for you? Like your
feel she
long
goes to,
ass
like,
phone conversations.
12, 1.
So what time do you normally go to bed?
Well, I want to.
No, like okay, independent of each other.
Yeah.
Prior to y'all knowing each other, what time did you guys go to bed?
I went to bed at 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about yeah.
Have fun figuring that out.
It's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
All right.
Have fun though.
Sometimes he does that too, where he calls. He'll ask a question, and can I tell this one, the makeup
tell
one?
any story,
I
yeah,
can do the
sure.
makeup one.
Sure.
Sayed called one day. Sometimes my conversations with Sayed are very, very short. It's like we call, and then after we're we're like, do you have 2 minutes? And the idea is that whatever we have that we called for, this is going to be a 2 minute thing, and we can hang up after.
Yep. And Yasin likes to start. It was like, okay, 1, and he says, and he goes, all right, 2. Like he's already got them written down. He's checking it off, which is funny. But
So he's like, brother, I just want to ask you, have you seen your girlfriend without makeup? Yes, brother, I have. All right, good. All right, I'll talk to you later.
yeah,
So I go-
there's nothing else to talk about. There was nothing. It's like, all right, good. Good. I'm glad you did that.
Oh man, I like you looking out for me, bro.
Well, that's, what if,
What if? Yeah, no, that's
You know what
true. That could be
like, wedding night ends, and this was what I learned on my wedding night. The amount of crap in a woman's hair, the amount of pins in a woman's hair is a project
Yeah,
of a landmine of needles basically sticking out the wrong way. You trying to...
I think, but that's like a wedding do. So
Yeah,
there's-
but all right, she's like, I'm going to go clean up. She comes out, it's like a whole different person. It's like her mom in the face. You're like, what happened to your eyebrows? She's like, oh, I color those in.
yeah, that's true.
Oh, I know, right? I'm not making that up, trust me. So, yeah, I made sure Farah doesn't wear a lot of makeup in the
Right.
first place. So, like, I lucked out in that sense. But, like, dude, there's some girls at work that come in on a certain day where it rained or something or was greasy outside. I don't know how to describe it, but they maybe just woke up late.
Right.
And I don't recognize them. It's like that. Literally,
Yeah.
I was like, I'll meet them in the kitchen, and unless they're in their cubicle, I don't know who they are. I'll meet them in the kitchen. I'm like, hi, my name is Syed. They're like, hey, it's Julia. I'm like, hey, Julia. And then I walk out, and I'm like, oh, fuck, that's Julia, And that's happened to me many times because some people really got to put that face on.
They got to. All right. On that wonderful note.
Yes.
All right, that's it, people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning into the podcast. We'll be back in a week with. It doesn't matter. We'll be back.
Possibly our yoga guy.
Oh yeah, that's
You
true.
have to confirm that, dude.
Yeah, I know.
He's
bro.
been waiting.
I know.
He's also getting married in a bit. So,
Okay, yeah. So he's dealing with his stuff too.
well, he's got a white girl, so it's different.
Even easier.
It's very interesting. We can talk to him about that. You guys can swap stories.
Awesome. All right, people. Take care of yourselves. Bye.